Okay, so welcome everybody to this official Sunday Sangha here, the very last Sunday of August of 2020.
Mm.
Grateful that you're all here. I just want to put all of you on mute so we can keep it nice and clean. The topic is heart and soul for the day, and wanted you to contemplate a little bit about what that means for your discovery of your heart and the use of your heart, and what is it really about in terms of where you're going, what it's doing for you. I had a friend and teacher who often said to me, "How's your heart today?" It was a great question to ask about. Just knowing a little bit more about where you are, and what it feels like to be with your thoughts and your feelings inside your body. I think it's hard to process the inner world when the outer world is so chaotic. I think we should just be really honest with ourselves and say that part of why our heart hurts so much is because we don't know how to tend to it in the complexities of our day-to-day operations. And we often have to put our heart aside to tend to the outer world more. So this is where the heart gets a little bit neglected. The feelings inside of you get neglected. The process of which you do what you do to understand those feelings and those emotions, they don't get processed. A lot of what we are dealing with the heart is things that just haven't been fully understood. This is a basic tenet of yoga. Whatever brings you darkness is what you don't understand. Whatever brings you disappointment, anger, fear, frustration, hurt, anything that's negative and drawing you downward, anything like that is actually something you just don't understand. Because the truth is, when we're more lightened, as they say, or enlightened, or where you understand more about the world and yourself, these things don't bother you. They brush right through you, and it's not a big deal. And suddenly your heart is open and free and willing and able to process. You don't feel that constriction. You don't feel the tightness in your heart coming or your breath changing because the pain is not there. So to be really clear, the heart is just a transport towards the soul. The heart is an opportunity for us to be able to feel our deepest essence, which is the soul. Now, we can talk about the soul in many different ways, but in the context of this conversation today, so you're clear on where I'm coming from, the soul is the unchanging side of you. It's the part of you that just remains steady and stable. And this is a beautiful representation of the soul. Think about this in terms of what is you. If I had a chalkboard, I'd be writing this out. What is you is the soul. So if you are your soul, then you are unchanging, which means you are eternal in your soul. Make sense? So the soul is the deepest part of who you are. The heart, the way I see it and the way I've experienced it and the way the yoga tradition that I follow teaches it, the heart is the pathway to the soul. So we unstuck the things in our heart, right? In order for us to feel light, to feel free, to feel open, joyful. Let me be also clear about the fact that what you have inherited is what brings darkness. What is innate inside of you is what brings you joy, pure joy. Joy that is not circumstantial. Happiness that is not based on, I need everything around me to be just perfect in order for me to be happy. That is not the kind of quality of happiness that will make you free. And that will not bring you joy. So the joy in our heart is free of all these circumstantial things. It's free of needing, free of wanting, free of grasping and attaching, right? So this is a hard thing to do because there's so many things to grasp onto, especially ourselves, especially the person that we are. We're like, this is my body, this is me, I look in the mirror every day and I see that. I confirm that. So this is a very interesting place to be today. So I just wanted to share a few wisdoms around that. And the goal is to bring lightness to the heart, right? I mean, that's the point, is that the lighter our heart, the easier this is. So, and today, we're not going into the garden of your inner world and trying to weed specific things out of you. Let's just be really clear. We're not going right for the weed today. We want to create the circumstance inside of our body to allow this to be processed better. Today is not specifically, may not be the day that you process things fully, but we create the circumstances for which we can lighten our heart, right? And this is the whole reason why we meditate. It's the whole reason why we deep breathe. We want to create the proper environment inside of ourselves so that we can lighten the load eventually. We can learn how to process the things when we're ready to process them. And this takes time. So that's why we do what we do with the meditation, the deep breathing, the yoga nidra, especially the yoga nidra. For some of you who are finding that helpful, yoga nidra is really a way to unwind yourself, get deeper within the inner world. So I hope that creates a context for our practice today. Soul, heart, but heart is the way to the soul. The soul is the unchanging, and that is the part that we want to connect to, the part of us that does stay steady in the midst of everything. And that is a gift. So with that, let's find a comfortable seat. And let's not forget the basics here today. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff going on. So as you're finding your comfortable seat, I would love for you all just to feel an immense amount of awareness around the gift of life. And let this be a feeling rather than a thought. The grandeur of it all, the complexity and the diversity of our earth, and all the universe. Just think about this life, this unique gift that you've been given, this note in the grand symphony. This note is you, and you need to be here on this earth, and this unique gift that you get to share through your words and actions. So it's always good to start practice with that notion of this gift, aware of this gift of life. And then the next step, once you feel that sense of that gift in your bones, in your nervous system, in your breath, in your heart, then the next phase is, I'm about to go into the inner world. I'm about to go inside. Please recognize on this day and this time is unique, will never be again. And you have a powerful moment here to close your eyes, find a tall spine, a still body, and begin to feel the subtle river of life that's within you. So with this gift of life and this recognition of practice, we can now start to create the right atmosphere for us to relax, the right atmosphere for us to feel and connect more deeply. So be sure you're comfortable. Please be sure everything is as it should be in your body. Your feet are grounded on the floor if you're seated in a chair. Your hands are resting consciously in a position that's comfortable. Your shoulders are where you want them to be. You're finding the least tension in your neck, You feel the length of your spine, and it gives you pride. It gives you joy to sit tall, to feel the strength of the spine. And with that comfort, then we can start to deepen the experience. I'd love for you to create a rhythm of breath now that's deeper. The only thing that matters in this moment is the breath is smooth and the breath continuous. There's no stopping at any point in the breath. And we'll breathe like this for about 2 minutes, just rotating the breath in circles and its smoothness. Don't take it for granted, though. Assume the position of curiosity, finding all the nuances of the breath throughout the entire cycle of both in and out. And trust that you'll find something new today. So here you're feeling and sensing the body and mind beginning to become more settled, more comfortable, using the breath just to bring you into this present moment and practice. Finish this last cycle of breath. Exhale. And then just be still. Let go of the breath, please. And become aware of the forces above you: the sky, the stars, the planets, the atmosphere above you, the sun, the prana from the sun, the energy from the sun that lights us all and lights and gives life to everything. The stars and all the energy from the stars, cycles of the planets. Feel this positive power, very mysterious and untapped, unknown. But just sense it above you. Be aware of its presence above your head. It's not something to think about, it's something to feel. This grand universe. Now, becoming aware of the breath and maybe even deepening it a little bit. Just become aware of the top of the head, the crown. And when you feel your body breathe in, let that positivity from above seep deep inside the body to the heart. And when your body breathes out, let that positivity just blossom at the center of your chest. Then on the next inhale, allow whatever is heavy in the heart to be lifted out to the top of the head. And then on your next exhale, let that feeling of whatever negativity, heaviness, sorrow, grief, sadness, let it rise up through the top of the head, out. And then repeat that same pattern. This is called a kriya in yoga. Just simply means we're giving the mind something to do. Here we are connecting on the inhale to the powerful forces above and drawing it into the body, to the heart, to the center of the chest. And then on the exhale, just let it expand. Let it grow in the heart. On your next breath in, feel like you're pulling out what it feels like heaviness to the top of the head. And then on the exhale, just let it float out the body. Just let it release. Now you can do this on a deeper breath, or you could just do it on a natural, effortless breath. Do what's right for you. But just feel the sense now. It's important just to sense there is positivity above coming into your body, into the center of the chest. And then let that positivity just expand on the next exhale. Then on your next inhale, feel the sorrow, sadness, grief, fear lift out of the heart, up through the top of the head. And then on the exhale, just let it blast on up into the universe, releasing it out of the body. Your intention now, the practice is about focusing on this rhythm, this kriya. The inhale of positivity from the top into the heart. The exhale is expanding that positivity. The next inhale is about lifting out the heaviness. And then on the exhale, you're lifting it up and out of the body, out through the universe. Your intention is to keep doing this over and over again. Keep repeating. Stay present. Stay curious. It's less about whether you're doing it right, but just being in the moment here. Just feeling how the breath and your intention helps support the inner world. If you're finding it hard to focus, then deepen your breath and that will help. If you can do this on an effortless breath, then please continue to do that. Where your mind goes is where energy goes, and energy goes where mind goes. So just give yourself the gift now, just to be here, drawing energy into the body with positivity. Let that expand at the center of the chest. Then on the next breath in, let that negativity lift up and out. And then on the exhale, just let it rise through the universe. Remain connected to the Kriya. Keep focusing on the movement of energy. Stay still in the body, concentrated in the mind. This is a sense, it's a feeling. It's nothing specific, it's just gathering. You don't need to be trying to fix anything about yourself, just curious about moving energy, moving consciousness, moving awareness. You don't need to be experiencing anything specific. You don't need to be achieving anything. It's merely about directing your mind. Prana has its own intelligence beyond your thinking mind. You can't know its intelligence until you experience it. And now relax the Kriya, please. Let go completely. What is done is done. The seed mantra, the single mantra for the heart, chakra just means very powerful force of energy. It's collecting in one part of your body. And the spiral of energy at the heart is a seed mantra. The Sanskrit word is yam. So appropriate, right? Yam, yam, yam. And if you even think yam or just say it out loud to yourself, yam, yam, you feel a little bit of that vibration at the heart center. Yum, yum, yum. This is you playing with the instrument of energy. Yum, yum, just sensing that vibration. I'd love for you just to rest in stillness for a moment and just sense that yum in the center of the chest. You don't have to say it out loud. You just think yum. See how that coordinates with the vibrational tone of the heart. You're nice and still now for receptivity. Yum, yum, just kind of repeating it to yourself. Deep within the chest. Now please begin to deepen the breath again, just at the center of the chest now. So I'd love for you to feel the expansion and contraction of breath, but your mind is resting deep at the center of the chest while you expand and contract the breath. This need not be your deepest breath. Just gentle, slow, continuous movement. It's just inciting your awareness now deep within. And just notice now, there's something new happening. The mind is quieter, the body is resting, and your energy is collecting at the center of the chest. Please continue. Breathing smooth at the center of the chest. Keep breathing. Keep feeling the center of the chest. So mind is at the center of the chest. Consciousness is resting there. Now see what happens if you let go of the breath and just rest your mind at the center of the chest without breathing deep. Place the image of a pearl or a little bead of light, white light at the center of the chest. What happens to that pearl or light when you breathe in? What happens when you breathe out on an effortless breath? This is not a deep breath, just you breathing as a being. Not manipulating the breath, just feeling the movement of inhale and exhale, watching that little bead or pearl of light. It's like a little pinpoint of light deep within the center of the chest. You're there, there's no doubt. And you're with your breath, there's no doubt. Deeply present, aware of this light expanding and contracting, Just resting here without needing, wanting, desiring, accomplishing anything. Feeling a sense of completeness in this moment. If thinking comes, which it might happen, you can just repeat the simple phrase, neti neti. And it's very simple. It says, not this, not this. That's not who I am. Whatever the mind is doing, it's not who you are. Neti neti. And then return back to that light. Hear the desire, feel the thought, neti neti, then come back to the absolute simplicity of breath and light at the center of the chest. Please continue. Okay, slowly come back. It might be ideal for you today just to place your hands on your heart. And if so, do that. Just stack one on top of the other and bow your head down towards your chest. This really is just a gesture in your own way to signify the journey that you have just taken on your inner world path. And everyone's got a different path and process, and just recognizing your own path and process. Feeling happy, joyful, and complete that you came here today to tap into your inner world. It is, in fact, starving for your attention. Thank yourself for nourishing it today. It's a big deal. And then when you feel inspired, when you feel ready, open up your eyes and come back to the outer world. The practice is now complete. So thank you all. That was a a little bit of a longer practice than normal, perhaps, but you know, it's not like we can get to the soul really on the fast highway. It takes some time to get there. So I wanted to give us all enough time to soak in and see what that all meant. If you have something, I think I'll just do it a little differently today. If you have something to share, just unmute yourself. It makes total sense if your brain is and your mind is just not in the sharing mode. You know, if I had the perfect world, we would go and take a break and then come back and talk about the practice. But that's not the case here. So if there's something on your mind, if you want to share something, please do. I'd want to give you an opportunity to do that. So I'm just going to give you a moment for anybody who wants to share.
So when I became stiller, calmer, I realized how unstill or uncalm I was. So when I started the process, I didn't, I was just doing it. And then I realized that I was calmer and stiller, and I realized it, and I said, wow, look at the difference of the breathing and so on. And I really calmed my mind, and realizing how most of the time my mind is not calm.
It's very profound what you just said. So please recognize that. Anybody else have something to share? Reflections from the practice or just general wisdom, thoughts?
I definitely like bringing good things in bring them down and through the top of my head. I mean, I just had a lot of fun with that. It wasn't so easy to find the negative, or I don't know if you want to call it negative, but the sadness and the anger and all the other stuff that lives inside of me, to let it go. But maybe just because I was just enjoying so much all that good stuff coming in. Felt really nice. Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I guess in the specificity of the negativity or whatever, the heaviness, the dross, it's just a knowingness that it's there. Doesn't have to be anything you have to know about even, we kind of just know that it's there and something covers my heart from being free and full and happy and joyful. So why don't I just sort of assume that and let the mind go and just let the intention be there. So if you have the intention, I think that's enough.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't think it has to be specific. And I tried to say that.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing. Appreciate that.
Welcome.
Yeah. Awesome. Anybody else have anything you want to share? Good to see all of you. It's for sure.
You too. It felt very nourishing.
Nourishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Wonderful. You look so relaxed, Barry. So relaxed. Good. Can I read you all something before we go?
Sure.
All right. Just, the internet is a funny thing, especially social media. And I pop in and out very infrequently, but when I do pop on, it's always amazed what you find. And somebody I follow wrote a poem, and you don't need to be an accomplished poet, to write a great poem. So let's just, let me share this poem. Her name is Jessica. I don't actually know her last name because she doesn't put her last name on the Facebook, but anyway, here's the words that she wrote. There are times we have yearned to feel, and others we have begged to be numb. But what would this life be if not a sum of the grand drama, the great dance, the play of one in a divine romance, filled with joy and sorrow, the excitements and uncertainties of tomorrow, the celebration of victories, the lessons of perceived fails, seeming joys, choices to be made, and the lifting of veils. If we always got what we wanted, then what challenge would remain? If there was always sunshine, I promise you, you would miss rain. We signed up for this ride, even when we sometimes forget. It's important to remember this story's not over yet. The beauty of the mystery is that something's unknown, and it is only through experience that more perception is shown. It's easy to enjoy it when our preference is fulfilled, but give us our aversions, and it's so easily peace is killed. But what of the center place, where no circumstance can touch, a perfection that has always existed and forever remains as such? Unaffected by the story unfolding, simply enjoying the drama and beholding the totality of love and the experience of being completely content with the chance of being seen, the dream of this dreamer, a life to live through. What an honor to realize that this dreamer love is you, me, we, and all of it for eternity.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you all for being here on this Sunday Sangha. I will post that poem so you can have it for your pleasure. But it's so great to be with all of you. I just think it's wonderful. I'm very grateful for that. If you're feeling motivated to donate $10 to this, that's wonderful. Do that at paypal.me/my last name. Also, go to my website, 2020yoga.com. I took some time over the last couple of weeks to prepare sort of the future fall schedule of what my offerings are. So on that front page, just on the home page, is everything that's coming, including the supersized Sunday Sangha, which is coming up in September, which is just another way to say, I'm going to deep dive into some specific topic. I'm going to grab, some more information, and we'll do it in a short period of time, about half an hour, 45 minutes or so, and it will be following the Sunday Sangha. So you can plan to put some more time in and just stick around for more Sunday Sangha. And of course, other people are invited too, those who are not part of our group all the time. So, but check out my homepage just so you can be up to date on the offerings I'm having. We're going to start Yoga Nidra in the fall. Dean and I spoke about that. So we're going to officially start that then, and the dates and all that is on the website. So I don't need to go into any detail.
That'll be great.
Yeah, so we're doing no Yoga Nidra. We're doing the deeper dives into this topics, and then continuing Sunday Sangha. So just check it out on the website so you have all the information. So thank you, everybody, and great to be with you on this Sunday. And have a great day. Okay.
You too.
You too, Joe.
All right. Peace.
Thank you. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye.